All right, let's get going on this ancient civilization thing. I'm still stuck for a bit of a concept, so I'm going to create some kind of a cathedral style hallway, and I got some ideas of putting some stuff in there. And so, the way I'm going to do this is I'm looking in front view, and I'm going to start with creating a pillar. And I've got this reference image, and I'll provide that to you as well. In case you want to model off this. I'm just going to choose a pillar that I like. I don't know. Something like this, but without that top stuff there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it over and sort of center it up here. So my 3D cursor is right there. We can fix that up in a bit. Then I come up here, click there and choose the arrow and just do it like that so that I can't select this. Alright, so I'm going to start this by using a circle with, I think, 8 vertices. I'm going to go to edit mode and I'm going to press 1. I'll click there. I want my vertices showing. I'm going to scale this down. So it's not quite on. So let's go back into object mode and make it so that I can select that again, GX, and just slide it over just a little bit more. Doesn't have to follow perfectly, it's just so that we have a reference. Okay, all right, cool. So here we go, let's do this. E to extrude. Let's come up, let's come over here, wireframe, and let's okay, E and S, and come in a little ways, and then come up like that. I'm going to control plus, and I'm going to scale shift Z and bring that in a little bit more, and then shift alt and click those. I'm going to come E, come up a bit and scale it out, and we're just going to build something here. E, come up straight to about there, E, and come up, scale it in, grab this one, pull it up a little bit more. Okay, E, let's just come up and scale in like that, maybe to there, and then we'll come up straight a bit, extrude up, E, extrude up, scale out, extrude up straight, extrude up, scale in, okay, I'm going to extrude up to here, but I think I'm going to do one more like that. And now 8 vertices is not really enough to do all the detail for that. So what I think I will do is, let's go E and S and come in a little ways. Look at that at the front. So I got that piece. I think for simplicity, I'm going to Shift D, rotate X 180, and bring this up and use that for the top as well. Okay, so I'd have that. I probably should have done subdivisions first and put my edge loose, but okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to I'll do a separate object. So let's just work on those. Let's try Control 1 and shade smooth, and then come in and drag some edge loops here and there for where we feel we're going to need them. And just have a look at it. I do want it kind of round like that. We might even go up to 2. Hide the empty periodically and have a look. Now what I'm going to do is Shift A. I'm going to make that actually a bit bigger. Take it back. Scale Shift Z. Let's try that. And then let's bring in a cylinder now. And make it something like, I don't know, 18 vertices. I'm going to make this with nothing, so there's no caps. I'm going to scale it down and just bring it up. And I'm just going to have that rest on there. Yeah, like that. Let me grab that top. I'm just going to pull it up. So it's like that. Okay. Control, I'm going to put an edge loop there and Control B. Pull up to maybe there. And now in face selection, I'm going to Shift Alt and click there. And I'm going to press I twice, I, and hold Shift and pull in like this. E, Alt S and push, no pull. To indent it like that. Let's try Control 2 and shade smooth. And then bring in some supporting edge loops. Control R and Control B. Pull. And I probably should have zoomed in a little bit more just to see this top here. Let's scale in the Z. I still want it a little bit rounded. All right, and there's my other part there. Okay. Okay, let's select everything. I'm going to move it over. And I'm going to give this a material right now. And I'm going to call this Pillar Mid. And I realized that I put edge loops on this one and not this one. So I'm going to come in here and Control L to select all X vertices. I'm going to take this one, Shifty rotate X 180, and copy this one up. Yeah, like that. Okay. New material, and this is going to be pillar end. Okay, now these both have a subdivision of 2, so I'm going to join them. So I have one object here, but I got 2 materials. Okay, let's look from the front, pull this out a little bit, and add a mirror. And I'm going to come back to here, set the origin to the 3D cursor so that they're separated from each other. Like that. And then this part's going to be trial and error because we're going to build the vaulted ceiling. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn off the subdivision for now. Shift Alt and click here. And with my mirror on, I'm going to turn on clipping. And I'm going to make these join. I'm going to press E to extrude. I'm going to come up a little ways. Kind of an equal thickness as to this or height. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to start scaling it out like that. In fact, I might even take this and scale it out just to make the curve a little bit better. Come up again, scale out. And just adjust these as needed. Hold Shift to go a bit slower. Extrude up and out. And these are eventually going to touch. Scale out. With the subdivision, that'll be a bit smoother. Just going back and adjusting these. Now the other thing that I can do is I can take this and I can move it in a little bit more so that maybe one more extrusion they will touch. Extrude up. Scale. And they have collided. I'll take this one and pull it back in a bit. And with clipping, those points there should be merged. Okay, so we got that so far. Let's hide the mirror. Look from the top. Come in. And what I think I will do is I'm going to take these two edges here and I'm going to straighten them. SY0. And these two. SY0. And then I'm going to select all of them and scale them in the Y and recreate that kind of loop around here. Go into wireframe and press 1, and I'm going to delete this half. Just make sure I get all this junk on the inside. Okay. Let's see how she's looking. It's all going to go into the wall anyhow. Let's turn the mirror back on. Okay, let's start with that. Look from the top, take that, push that in. That and push that in. Let's turn on the subdivision again. Let's put the mirror above. Alright, so far so good. I'm going to add an array in the Y. Not in there. And I want merge on. And I'm going to move that up. Okay. I'm going to go for 6. Let's check the statistics. This definitely brought it up. I'll see if I can reduce this to 1 subdivision and see what that looks like. It's probably going to be fine. We'll leave it there for now. Okay, 3D cursor is still right there. I'm going to bring in a cube to make the walls and the floor and stuff like that. Alright. Let's scale in the X. And I want it just to sort of be on the inside of these cylinders so that looks like they're into the wall. I'm going to get rid of that front. And I'm actually going to get rid of that part there as well. But we could grab this, pull it to the back. I'll probably get rid of that back as well, just to around the back there. And I'll take the sides and I'll pull them up so that when you're in it looks like this. I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to actually delete that back face because I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. Okay, so far so good. Now what I was thinking of was some windows here. So my 3D cursor is still there. I'm just going to bring in a circle and go for something like 22 vertices and go into edit mode. Let's pull it out and look from the top. And what I need is I need a single point at the top. So I'm just looking at this side here. I see I've got 2. I don't have one right in the middle, and there I do. So I'm going to use that end. I'm just going to go ahead and delete those. I'm going to take this point here, turn on proportional editing, and switch to sharp, and pull. And I'm going to roll my mouse up and down in order to affect the whole thing. I just want a shape like that, and then turn it off. Select these points, extrude down to make a window, F to make a face there. Take that, and I'm going to put it here. So let's go ahead and F, and let's rotate X 90, and rotate Z 90, and look from the side, and just drag this up. Press G and pull it up. And figure out a spot where I can make a window. I'm going to go ahead and extrude it out. Select it all and push it through. Imagine a window there. Okay, it's probably flipped. Let's check. Where are you? Yeah, so let's Alt-N calculate outside. All right, everything's good. So let's imagine a window there. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, maybe there. So that's good. Let's look from the side again. And let's array this. Let's array this in the Y. Just pull it out and hold shift. You want to move it slower. Put it about there. Zero out the X. Try there. I don't want it all the way down. Maybe 4. And then the couple at the end don't have it, in case I want to do something different there. So is that what I want? Those are kind of big compared to that, but I think I'm going to go for that. Okay, let's try. We'll select the wall, and we'll Boolean. Just gonna leave it like that. And with the eyedropper, we'll select that. I see that. So let's hit apply, but let's take these and just hide them. So I've got those holes in there now. And then to make the frame, there's different ways, but I think I'm going to do it the easy way. Let's bring everything back, but let's just hide the array for now. And take this, and let's scale this in the X a bit. I realize I can't see it. Start with that. Select the front face and the back face. And we're going to press I to inset. We're going to come in. Control E, bridge edge loops. Okay, so now we have a bit of a frame. And then we will, let's see, what are we going to do? Put an edge loop in there. Shift Alt and click those faces. I'm going to press E and Alt S and push to create another sort of layer in there. And then I'm going to select that edge, Control E to bevel like this. I'm going to roll my mouse up maybe 5 times, click, but I'm going to bring it like this in, I think. Am I? Let's see what that's like. Okay. I think I'm going to grab these back faces and pull them in to make that a little bit narrower so you can see something there. Okay, let's start with that. Yeah, we're going to start with that. Let's Shift Alt and click there. And Control B to bevel. I'm going to pull. Roll my mouse back to 1. Let's bring this back just to get something on there. I'm going to try Shade Smooth, and I think I'm going to save. I'm going to need at least Control 1 on there, and then I'm just going to bring in the edge loops separately. So let's just focus on that thing there, and I'm just going to start sliding down edge loops like this. And it may not be perfectly symmetrical, but that doesn't really matter, I guess. How's that? Well, up here, let's just Shift Alt and click there and Control B. We'll pull it apart and have 3 segments there. I think that gives me pretty close to the shape I want, just except for, yeah, I think I want to do this differently. I take it back. Let's try dissolving those edges and just grabbing that one and Control B. Did I do that right? Oh, that became a mess. Okay, never mind. I will do that. Maybe I didn't have one down here. Just like that. Let's bring that back. I think that's okay. Now if I turn back the array by playing nice, going in the same position, I don't know if that's too busy of a frame or what. Not even in, maybe. Maybe I pulled it in and it popped back out. I think that's better. All right, well, yeah, okay. I need a flat spot here. And so I'm going to, not there, I'm going to put another edge loop in here just to flatten this out. And that didn't do that much, except add geometry. I'm going to select something like that piece there. Shift D, pull it up, P up, break it out, and take off the subdivision. Give it a bit of thickness. And let's just focus on those two things with the slash key. Yeah, this is where the array may not quite work, but okay. Is this a separate piece? It is now, if it wasn't before. Scale that in the Y. Just make it thinner, scale it in the X. And just build some kind of frame here. I don't know if those are flipped or not. Let's Shift D, rotate X 90. I might want to come all the way down here. From there. And let's go back in. I should do that in wireframe. Grab those and pull them up. I could probably delete any faces if there is any faces in there. Yeah, okay. Let's go back in. We'll delete faces all over the place. That's actually the piece I want. Shift D, I'm going to duplicate that. Pull it up. I mean, you can do anything fancy you want here. Yeah, you see. The array itself, well, I could have kept that, and we can adjust that array to get them into the other spots. So let's look from the side and just start playing with this. And just pull it along and see. Okay, 374, 3.8. Is it worth it? 3.75. Ought to do it. Slash. How's that? Kind of boring, but let's put the shadow on here. So you get to see, we'll have a sun out there, or some light, so that'll cast some light. So we got this so far, right? And do I need a little ledge under there? That is the question. I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to select an edge there, and bring my 3D cursor there. And I'll bring in a cube, I guess. Okay. Scale that in the Y. Let's pull that one under, let's scale that one in the Y. I'm going to go ahead and add a bevel to that. Make it 0.01. And let's just make sure that everybody's flipped. Is that any good? Not crazy about it. Let's put it on though. And let's array that. Yeah, I'll just put it for 1 for a second. 0, and let's look from the side here. And just start dragging that out. I don't know if that part's necessary or helpful in any way. Okay, the next thing I was thinking of is some kind of prayer bowls on little stands along the way as well. All right, so yeah, let's just bring the 3D cursor back there by pressing Shift C. We'll just make something here. I'll change the size of it later if we need. Let's just extrude up. Extrude up again and scale in a bit. Where are you? There you are. Inset. That may be too thick. Bring it up. E and S come out and bring it up a little bit. And extrude it up. And that's probably good enough. Okay, now, very simple. Just going to take this bottom face and pull it up. Something like that. And then in here, let's scale Shift Z, just make it narrower. And then select these faces here. I'll put an edge loop first, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay, Control R and Control B and roll my mouse back to 0. Just delineate this area here. Just Shift Alt and click in face selection. Press I, and it should be I twice to inset individually like that. And then press E and Alt S and pull them in. And I'll put some text there or something. Let's try bevel on this. Let's go 0.01 and let's switch the geometry to arc. That might curve these a little bit. Okay, so it's gonna be like that. Yeah, okay. And then my 3D cursor's right there. I'll put like a little bowl on top of that. So I'm gonna bring in a cylinder. I'll make it probably 18's fine because I'll do subdivision and pull it up like this. And yeah, like that. Okay. And I think I'll actually fill that and then select that face and Control B and pull like this and then roll my mouse up a bunch just to get a nice rounded part. I'll grab this edge, pull it back. I'm going to be flipping that over. Just sort of equal. Okay, and rotate X 180. Where's 80? There we go. I'm going to pull that down. We're going to put Control 1 on that and shade smooth. Let's make sure we got it. Okay. And we'll add solidify. Turn that off for a moment. I'll go ahead and apply that. Put the subdivision on. And we'll put an edge loop here and here. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Maybe a bit bigger. Scale Shift Z. Okay. Yeah. I might make that bigger later. Yeah, maybe I'll make it bigger now. Just scale it. Let's scale into that. Okay, it's looking pretty wimpy. So I'm going to go into edit mode and I'm just going to scale the whole thing. Globally like that. And pull it out. I can adjust the size of these things later. Yeah, something like that. And then let's just make this a new collection. Let's call this bowl stand. All right, bowl stand. Select. For the moment, I'm just going to copy this. And again, that may not be the right size either. Actually, maybe I should do that first. Is that what I want? Yeah, that probably is about what I want. I'm just going to copy it. There. Just pretty much opposite each window. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting so far. And then we'll have a couple of pillars broken down and some rocks and stuff. We'll see about damage and stuff. Maybe some other stuff over here. And then I'm thinking at the end, there's, that's the thing. What is it? A waterfall? Some kind of fountain of youth? Stairs going up? I'm not quite sure. But that's my start so far. All right, I think I'll leave it at that for the moment, and we'll come back, and hopefully I'll have some other ideas as to what to do here. All right, cool. Thanks for watching.